All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, great. Okay, Rob, so I went over your consultation and I saw that you didn't have a lot of concerns except for redness and oiliness on the forehead. Am I correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, awesome. And we're only using pretty much like 2 products and then the TESS facial device already. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I'm just using a pretty basic cleanser that I got
Right.
at Safeway, and I'm
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
using a moisturizer
Right, a show
after I
one.
use my test, yeah, that I got at Costco. So
Okay, great. And when you experience, I know it can be annoying when there's something going on with your skin, you don't know what's happening. So I definitely want to address that first. When you experience the redness, is that also accompanied by like heat in the skin or itchiness or anything like that? Or is it just more of like a discoloration?
yeah, what usually happens is like my forehead. I don't know if you can see it. It's like breaking out a little bit, and
Okay,
you can actually see those spots right there.
I
And
do. Yeah.
yeah, it gets red and it gets like a bit uh it looks oily. It doesn't
Uh-huh.
necessarily get itchy, but I kind of like do that, or like I'll take my shirt and kind of just wipe off this particular area.
When it's feeling like oilier.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I can understand that. And then you said no itchiness, no heat. You don't feel like it's hot when it gets red?
Um I maybe like a little bit, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, but not like something that I can notice like consistently throughout the day, you know.
Okay. Yeah, for
Um
so there's a couple of different things that it can be. And since this is my first time meeting with you, I'm just going to give you all 3 and then we can kind of deduce it and then probably schedule a follow-up meeting. How does that sound?
cool. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, awesome. So one thing I want to talk to you about is your hair care. So a lot of the times your hair, anything like on your forehead can be accompanied by your hair care products. So I want you to check out the hair care products that you use on a daily basis and make sure none of them have SLS in it. I will send you a follow-up email that will
Okay.
give you this information so that you have everything that like we talked about in the breakdown of what I gave you just in case. So
Awesome.
SLS, so that's going to be the product that we definitely don't want. It can cause irritation in the skin and possibly like heat and a little bit of like bumps in the area too. You had
Hmm.
said that it's oily, so and then you tend to like pat it.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to address that as to not use your hands because anything that's on our hands, especially when we're sweating, can get into our pores even further. So definitely don't use the hands, but I do understand that that can be annoying. So definitely
Yeah.
and like the patting dry, but hopefully we can get to the bottom of this. So also I saw that your stress level you had said is about a 6 or a 7, depending on the day. Does that sound accurate?
Depending on the day. Yeah.
Okay, definitely, and what's going on. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is the forehead area as well in like Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine. So it can be stress.
Mhm.
So definitely making sure we're a little more mindful if we're getting up to those 6 and 7 ranges and we take a deep breath, go outside, ground yourself, like feet on the ground, drink like cool water and just kind of like come to yourself again and focus so that you're not like overexerting your emotional stress because that definitely can be that area.
Mhm.
And then the last thing it can be is your spleen. So in Chinese medicine,
Mhm.
your spleen can be stressed, and that has a lot to do with your diet. So with the Chinese medicine, it says that the spleen it is put under stress when you eat raw vegetables too often. So you want to make sure you're cooking your vegetables, at least like blanching them or warming them up a little bit, because the enzymes in raw vegetables are harder to digest for people that have like more difficult spleens. So take those 3 things and kind of implement them into your care. And also, of course, I want to go over your skincare, like what you're using. So any questions about those so far?
No, I mean, sounds pretty easy.
Easy, pretty basic, right? Okay,
Yeah, I don't really eat too many raw vegetables.
good.
I mean, maybe I need to de-stress a little bit, but
Yeah, and then that
but yeah, I'll definitely check out my hair care
great.
and see what's in it.
Great. I highly suggest, like, especially being a guy.
It's kind of like you're saying, basically, like my hair product is like when I sweat or whatever is kind of dripping down onto my forehead, and that's could be what's causing the irritation.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Great breakdown right there. Definitely. And
That actually
also,
makes a lot of sense. I didn't even think about that.
yeah. Also, it can be though your shampoo. So when you're washing your hair, unlike women who like pull their hair like away from their head and then like wash like that, a lot of guys tend to like basically kind of bring it all up and around, like, and not really.
That's exactly what I do. Is that not good, or?
So it just depends on the chemical composition of yours. So a lot of guys, I highly suggest using like all natural products, because you guys don't have like a ton of hair that you're worried about like your texture and the volume and like all this stuff. So
Yeah.
Why not just like make it pretty basic? I highly suggest the Lush shampoo bars. Those things are freaking awesome. And you just like take them, get it wet, like in the shower, lather it up, and then like it is so highly concentrated and it's all natural. So we're really like cutting down on the irritants for your skin, your face, your hair, and all of that. So that's what I highly suggest.
So instead of washing my hair, because I kind of just go like this, like you were talking about. What's the better way to do it?
So you want to just like concentrate it here. So start with the washing here. So a lot of guys start like this. You want to start like this. So like you can use your palms and stuff, but you want to make sure you're doing it in your hairline and
kind of going back.
Yeah, like your fingers like
instead
this.
Of just like this.
Instead of like my whole head.
Okay, so just try to not kind of get it on my face.
Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna matter as much when you're using natural products, but definitely when you're using hair products that have like chemicals in them, it can be a huge irritant to the forehead area. And then like same thing with your hair care products. So not just like your shampoo and cleansers and stuff, but your like gel or whatever with the SLS, that definitely is like one of the largest irritants of the skin.
Okay. And is it possible to like link the Lush thing you're talking about in the email?
Yeah, I can absolutely do that. In the email that I'll send you, I'll definitely go over what the things that I recommend, and then like of course if you have any follow-up questions, for sure.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So now I want to get into your cleanser. I'm not shaming you. When people don't know, they just don't know. So I'm not shaming you when I say this, but there are so many chemicals in that cleanser that are very irritating and sensitizing to the skin. And one of the ones that is huge in that is actually the ones that make the color. So the yellow 4 and the red 40, those are both actually known to cause cancer. So we're gonna.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The face wash I'm currently using.
Yeah.
Okay, so that could probably have something to do with it.
Yeah, definitely. It's there's so many irritants in
How are they allowed to sell that? That's insane.
Yeah. I agree. And unfortunately it's put on us as the consumer to like, it's so crazy the way things are. Yeah, unfortunately. And so the thing is too, is a lot of those ingredients that are in that cleanser actually are overstripping your skin. So when you overstrip your skin, it can have one of two things that happen to the oil production. Either it over produces oil because it's like, oh my God, we're so dry, like hurry up, oil, or it's like and it's like a dry desert. So it seems like you're having the overproduction of oil that's compensating for you kind of like stripping your skin of the oil. So it's kind of like a catch-22 with that. I know it's kind of like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense, but that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So
and you're saying it's the chemicals in the product that
not
are
just chemicals, but also the emollients. So the things that make it sudsy can also be the things stripping those essential oils for your skin.
Okay. And do you have a recommendation on what kind of cleanser I should switch to?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you're using let me incorporate this with utilizing your TESS. How often are you using TESS?
I wash my face in the morning with cold water.
With your hands?
I do it with my hands.
Okay.
And then at night, I use TESS in the shower, and I use it with that cleanser that I sent you. So
so good to know. It sounds like you have a routine that you go by. Let me tweak it just a little bit, if I may. So I would suggest using TESS actually 5 times a week. And again, I'm going to put this in the email, but I would suggest using TESS 5 times a week at night as your second cleanse. So a lot of people don't know you actually should be cleansing your skin twice at night. So the first time, getting off your moisturizer, the environmental smog, those free radicals, like getting that off. And then the second time, you're actually treating your skin. So I want you to use TESS 5 times a week with your second cleanse at night. And then for the nights that you're not using that, I want you to use a salicylic cleanser. I can send a recommendation for you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means exactly.
That's okay. Yeah. So salicylic is really cool. So it's it's the only acid. It's the only chemical acid that can go in to your pore, flush out that unneeded sebum, the oil, and then inhibit other debris and oil from intruding into the pore. So it's really cool, and it helps with like excess production of excess production of oil. And so salicylic is awesome for that, and it might help with the redness as well. You're also getting a little bit of anti-aging, a little bit of chemical exfoliation instead of physical exfoliation. That's why we're going to use it on the nights that we don't use the TESS.
Okay.
So
that was very educational.
Cool. Yeah, no worries.
I had no idea about any of this.
Yeah, it's okay. A lot of people don't. And then I want to say that I want you to use either an oil cleanser, and I'll get to the point why that's important, or a cream cleanser for your first cleanse in the PM, and then your cleanse in the AM. And that's because an oil cleanser actually binds to oil. So like oil and water repel, whereas oil attracts oil. So it binds to it. So I know you're thinking like, why, if I had oily skin, would I put oil on my face? But it's actually smart because it will help wash away the excess oil. So it's actually pretty cool, and I really like it. You can try it out, see how you like it, and then we can go from there and you let me know. Otherwise, you can always use a cream cleanser, but it's not going to set. So keep in mind that the cleanser that you're using right now is super, super sudsy. Now with TESS, they will still, TESS will still whip it, which is cool. It'll aerate it. It'll whip the cleanser, but it's not going to foam.
Like aerating a fine wine, right?
Yes, exactly. You got it. Exactly. So we're going to aerate that cleanser, which is amazing with TESS. It feels great. I personally love using oil and cream cleansers with TESS because it whips it and then it spreads so much more evenly on my skin, and I'm using less product. I'm probably using about a half to a third less product with TESS because it's aerating it, which is so awesome. Let me see, what else am I going to tell you?
Yeah, I definitely use less of my horrible product apparently that I have. So I still have quite a bit left.
So now we're saving all that money. now you're saving all that money. Let's like bump up like to the good, you know what I mean?
Right.
So again, I can send you.
This red.
Yes. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, for sure. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so
it's the breakout, it's like you can just.
Yeah. So
I sent you the picture earlier before
right.
our thing, and you could see it a lot better.
Yes, and I do have a question. Do you ever try to squeeze those out?
No.
Okay,
never.
cool. So I don't actually think it's like traditional acne. So if you were to try to pop it, I don't think anything would come out. I actually think it's skin irritation. So I think we're gonna be able to nip this in the bud like real quick. I think it'll be easy to like deal with this. Okay, so for your toner, you say you don't use a toner whatsoever, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I just do the cleansing facial wash and the moisturizer.
Okay, cool. So now that we're going to be using different products for your skin and we're trying to chill out like the inflammation, I highly suggest just a pH balancing toner. So we don't need to get into like crazy, like, anti-aging or like all this stuff, but just like a pH balancing toner. And again, I can send you a recommendation for that. What happens is when we're using things that are really treating our skin, unlike like what you've used before, when we're using products that treat our skin, we want to, so say we use salicylic, so that's acidic and it's going to make our skin a more acidic pH. And what we want to do is bring back down the pH to normal before we put like our serums on. So what that's doing is allowing your skin to accept that moisture in. And so it like helps to pull it in instead of putting it up. It's like if you have dry soil and you try to like till it, it's like, so you want to wet it first and then it's like easier to manage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Okay, cool. And then, so I saw on the form that you're 27, is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're not using an eye cream. So that is something that I would highly suggest. A vitamin C eye cream is preventative. And I have great news for you. You can use your TESS with it. So
really? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you kind of on my hand how much eye cream you want to use. Okay. Can you see that? It's about like a pearl size amount. Okay. And then you want to just put it on like your ring fingers like this. You want to start right at the corners, pat into right here. And you can feel that like bone right there. You want to just lightly pat. And then same from the corners up to the brow line. And then you're going to pat. Yes, exactly.
So
and
pat, don't
pat up and around underneath your eyebrow bone as well. So just
all up here too?
Yep.
Okay.
So not right here. You don't want to go on the inner corners of your eyes, but you want to follow your eyebrow along that ridge, all down here and like that. And then right here, you can kind of feather out, like where people like get those crow's feet. You want to kind of like feather out. And then what you'll do is you'll take your TESS. That's the whipping function. We don't need that. We just need the vibrate. So 3 clicks of the TESS, and then you can like level how much you want. And then you're actually going to take the back. A lot of people don't know that you can take the back of TESS and utilize it with your serums. So you have your eye cream on, and now you just can kind of take this and press it in with TESS. So what this is doing, like, the ultrasonic pulsations, right?
Yeah.
So what it's doing is it's actually going to push the serums into your skin deeper. So like with the vibrations, it takes it in deeper. And so we're really getting those products to penetrate into our skin, which is like amazing. So that's how we'll do the vitamin C, and that's how you use it. And again, I'll send you my recommendation there. Okay. And now, for your serums, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about like your lifestyle. So what are you, what's that?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So are you indoors or outdoor more often?
Definitely indoors more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you sitting in front of a computer screen?
The majority of the day, yes.
Okay, great.
like most people.
Okay, yeah, no, totally. Most people are indoors very often. So there is something, so actually the lights of a computer screen and fluorescent lights like in offices, they actually gray your skin. And most people don't know this. So they're like, yeah, they actually gray it. They make it like more, so it's not like as vibrant. So I highly recommend a serum with alpha lipoic in it. So what that does is it basically like oxygenates your skin as if you were outside. So it's like great for anti-aging. It's great for getting it. It's like fresh air for your skin without having to go outside. So
there you go.
Yeah. You're like, how do I get it in there?
Yeah.
So definitely an alpha lipoic serum, probably 2 times a week, would be amazing. And then if you wanted to do any sort of anti-aging preventative measures, I would highly suggest a peptide serum, like 2 times a week. And then lastly, I would love you to use a vitamin C serum during the day, every single day. And that's going to help, like, yeah. It's really, so serums are super lightweight, but the thing is they are the biggest bang for your buck. So what that means is like, you're going to use like a teeny tiny little bit, maybe twice as much as I said for like the eye cream. So like literally maybe like a little bigger than a pearl size amount. You're going to put it on the tips of your fingers. So when you put it, I'll show you with this product. Okay, that's at the very most, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it like on your fingers like that, and then you're gonna press into your skin. So as you're pressing into your skin, you're getting that onto your skin. And then I want you to use the TESS the same way, like I said, to use the eye cream and just press it into your skin. And so again, you're getting that. And like, take this with what you will. If you're not ready to do like this whole skin.
No, I mean, I am. That's exactly why, you know, I'm having the consultation. I want to start taking my skin more serious, just because, you know, it doesn't really get any better as you start getting older, does it?
Yeah.
So
no, it does not.
I'm more into the preventative care. I'm trying to, you know, look young as long as possible.
That's great to hear. So peptides are literally your best friends. So
and you have recommendations for the serums that you're able to send over in the email. Awesome. See, that is like so awesome, because I didn't really know what to expect. But the fact that you can link it to me, like, it's easy. Like, I'm the kind of guy, it's like, okay, just tell me what to get, like, just tell me what to do, and like
add to cart.
add the cart up, and then just put, like, if I have the routine, you know, I'll just put it in my calendar as like a repeating event, and then I'm good to go. So
absolutely. I mean, this is
great.
my job. This is like, I'm here to make your life easier so you don't have to worry about it. So I will send all that stuff with you. Yeah, I'll send all that stuff with you. So I did tell you what the alpha lipoic did. I did want to break down what vitamin C and what peptides do. Cool. So with peptides, basically, like, peptides go down to like how the blueprint of your skin is made. So say like you have a scar right here, right? And or a wrinkle. Basically where your skin cells are being produced, it's doing a wrinkle like this, and it just keeps on moving up your skin as like your skin sheds, like a 28-day cycle of your skin shedding, and just keeps making that wrinkle, right? So what peptides do is they go down to where the blueprint of your skin cells are being made, and they're like, hey, don't do this, do this. And so within time, they slowly start to come up like this instead of like this. So it's really cool.
There you go.
Peptides are incredible. I'm like all about them. I think they're amazing. It's like literally one of my favorite things. And again, the biggest bang for your buck. So if you're using TESS and peptides, like, you're not just going to prevent like that, like legitimately, you're going to like reverse the signs of aging. It's amazing. I love peptides. Yeah. All right. So vitamin C. So have you heard of like free radicals before?
I have not, to be honest with you.
So you know how like you cut an apple and like 5 minutes later, you notice like a little bit of browning?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's free radical damage. And because apples are so prone to oxidation, that's a free radical damage. So like, notice though, if you cut like a lemon, you could leave that bad boy out for like a week and it'll dry up,
Right.
but you won't see any browning. That's because it's mostly vitamin C, which is like it's a antioxidant. So that's what you're doing for your skin when you use vitamin C, is you're giving antioxidant. So free radicals.
So my skin is like, so you're saying like skin is typically like the apple, but then applying vitamin C is like going more towards like lemon where it's not browning kind of situation?
Not necessarily like an apple, but if you take an apple and you put lemon juice on it, have you ever done that and seen like it doesn't brown as much?
I've done that on an avocado actually, yeah.
There you go. Oh yeah, avocados. People use those. Yes, exactly. So
yeah.
The same thing. Yeah.
That so actually, wow, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. So like, so
crazy.
what free radicals are they're these guys like going around causing havoc in our skin, and they're like bouncing around. And what happens is with antioxidants, they bind with them and chill them out. They weigh them down. They're like, hey, calm down, quit doing that. So by putting vitamin C onto our skin, we are keeping free radicals from wreaking havoc on it and creating like that damage, that sun damage, those fine lines, those wrinkles, and anything like that.
Cool.
Okay, so again, I will send that to you as well. And now I have to be a little bit of a mama bear here. So I saw that you don't really wear sunscreen.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
So,
I'm Latin and like Native American, so as you saw, so
you do.
I have a little bit more brown, but I do need to start wearing sunscreen. I know.
Yes. I know. Definitely. And can you tell me, so besides the fact that you have more melanocytes, more melanin in your skin, is there any other reason why you don't like wearing sunscreen?
I think it's more of like, I just haven't like, I don't know what sunscreen to use, like, because I know I'm not supposed to put like the same sunscreen I use on my body on my face, right? Like, or am I? I don't know. Like, is it bad for you, or, you know?
It depends on which one it is. So like, you don't want to use you don't want to use banana boat, period.
I'm saying I'm saying like store bought. I was waiting, and I mean, this is the main reason, right? Like I'm having this meeting because like I just don't know, right? Like I'm kind of like lost, honestly. So if you I mean, tell me what you recommend. Because I'm kind of gonna go like after this, and after I look over everything you said, I'm just like gonna get everything. And
that's my kind of client.
What's that?
That's my perfect client.
Oh,
like I tell you what to do, you do it. Great.
I mean, that's how I work, right? It's just tell me what to do and I'll do it. But like I know nothing, about like kind of the routine I'm supposed to be doing. I just kind of read some stuff online, and people like tell you things, but it's like, okay, like, I don't know if they're like right, because it's like, is this cleanser like, I have all the chemicals and etc. Like you were talking about, right? Like, unless you're licensed to deal with skin, like you don't know if someone's really right. Someone can just be saying
totally. Yeah, like influencers, Pinterest, like you can find pretty much anything on the internet saying something. So I understand.
Yeah, a lot of the influencers are just kind of so, or like so I mean, I'm very happy we can meet, and you can just tell me what to do and I know it's right.
I got you, no worries. Yeah. Okay. So I'm curious to ask you, when it comes to your sunscreen, how do you like to apply it? Like, do you want to spray? Do you want a powder? Do you want to
spray?
Okay, cool.
Spray, for sure, if I have the option.
Cool. So luckily you have an oilier skin type, I saw from like the pictures and everything. So because of that, a spray will be okay. Like, because usually it has alcohol, and usually I wouldn't recommend that like for a dry skin type, but for yours, you're totally fine. So I can absolutely recommend a spray. And then And then I do want to let you know that you want to reapply. I know that you said you have, you know, in your more of an ethnic background, and that's totally cool, but you definitely need to reapply like every 2 hours. So when you're out in that's like the lowest recommended. Or like if you start feeling like your skin feeling hot, reapply.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll,
then,
we'll have to work on that. But
yeah, it's definitely a process. I get it. And you can always like, I'm all about like life hacks. So like, I will put like my TESS in front of like my sister's toothbrush, because it's like, you got to go past her to get to your toothbrush, so make sure you wash your face. So I'm like big on that. Or I'll put like lotion before I get out of the shower, like right next to the door, so it's like you have to like almost step over that. So I'm all about hacks. So set a timer on your phone to remind you to use your like reapply that sunscreen. Cool. Okay, so I definitely will send you that as well. Okay, and then I was looking at your moisturizer. So it's okay. Like there's nothing like
it's not as bad as my cleanser, right?
No, not as bad as your cleanser. Definitely not as bad as your cleanser. So the only thing that I'm a little concerned with, because I am concerned about the environment, and that is one reason like I really love working with TESS, is because it's like you don't have to worry about batteries, as you know, you just like charge it. And then it's the silicone doesn't degrade, so it like doesn't go into our water system, unlike like nylon and microfiber and stuff like that. And so it's also saving plastics, which is amazing. So we're not using like putting that stuff, like, you know, like all that bad stuff, like propagating that around the world. So that's one reason like I really love working with TESS. So I did want to talk to you about the second ingredient in that. It's called Butylene Glycol. So that is an alcohol that is derived from petroleum. So that means
petroleum.
It's like, coming from
like what they use for bombs.
It's so that's literally from fossil fuel. So it's a byproduct of fossil fuel. Yeah. So
yeah.
So it's not too bad, except for the second ingredient is awful. But other than that, all of the ingredients in it.
What's that ingredient?
It's called butylene glycol. Butylene.
Butylene, huh? Sounds like butane, yeah.
Yeah. You got it. I understand if you want to finish it. But then after that, as long as
I actually just finished it like yesterday. So
oh my gosh. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
So I definitely, since we're doing a lot of like maintenance and anti-aging preventative and all that stuff with your serums, with your moisturizer, I actually would just say do whatever. Like something natural would be totally fine. So a lightweight, especially because we're going into summer and you're oilier, you have like an oilier skin type, which amazing. You're gonna age better, so that's really cool. But definitely cool. Just like a lightweight, and maybe we can even try to just use your vitamin C serum as a moisturizer, because if you have that oilier skin type, you'd be totally fine with that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, whatever you recommend, if you just want to put it in the.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm thinking
the recommendations, I'll just get it.
Perfect. So I'm thinking the vitamin C serum might be fine. We can reconvene in like a month and do maybe like a 15-minute like check-in and see how your skin's doing, see if anything has changed. And then like I definitely want to set something up when we're going into those colder months when it's getting drier, because I saw you lived in California. Is that right?
Yeah, I live in Northern California.
Okay, so we get pretty dry in the winter. And so before we go into winter, I want to meet with you again, because you should be changing out your products. So like when you're going into the months where it's like more summer.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So like what hydrates us in the summer definitely won't hydrate us in the winter, because like when we're producing more oil.
Yeah, I didn't even, I mean, it makes sense. I just honestly didn't even think about that.
I mean, most people don't. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for, spreading awareness and education for sure. So definitely make an appointment. I would say in like end of September would be great. End of September, beginning of October, and we can make another appointment to go over like what we're going to need to get into for summer, because we can work on different things in winter. So like in winter, we can do more anti-aging because there's not as much sun. So whenever you're using active ingredients, you don't want use them as much during the summer as you would the winter, because when your skin is thinned from like chemical exfoliation, you're more susceptible to sun damage.
Okay.
So we can do more stuff in the winter.
Okay. So here, I'll go ahead and book I guess a 15-minute meeting on, because I know it's through Calendly, so I'll book it for next month.
Perfect.
And then we can figure out like when after that, but then you think 1 month is good for, because you're going to send me the email with all the recommendations. I'll order them. It probably will take like I don't know, a week. So I'll be using the products for like 3 weeks. Is that enough to?
Yes, that is perfect. That's your 28 day. So from now until then, actually, you know what? Let's do 1 more week. So we'll do, you're right, because it'll take you like a week to get all your products. So let's do 1 more week after that. So you have 4 total weeks. So, cause that's your skin regeneration cycle. So that's 28 days, and we'll be able to get a really good grasp of what's going on with your skin by then.
Okay, cool. So I'll pick it for like the 20th. Okay, cool.
And we'll reconvene after that, probably like beginning to mid-October would be perfect. That way we can really see how your skin's doing and how we can adjust for the colder months. All right, let me see what else I want to ask you. Okay, so are you planning on getting any facial treatments? And that's anything from like a facial to a chemical peel to dermaplaning or microneedling or anything like that over summer or anything?
I wasn't planning on it, but I mean, I'm not like opposed to it, but you know, probably it's not like something I'm actively looking for. I mean, I've had a couple girlfriends that have done it. Like I didn't go with them, obviously, but
so that's totally fine. I just wanted to get like a grasp of like what you're planning to do, but you were basically just wanting a routine for at home. Is that correct?
Yeah, mostly. Okay, cool. I think. Yeah.
Cool. And then I wanted to, so I kind of told you how to put on all of your products. I wanted to actually go over the cleansing. So as you know, Tess like shuts off after a minute. So she shows you like your timing for how to do that. So otherwise, what I want you to do is to cleanse your skin with like when you cleanse your skin with your hands. So the first thing I want you to do is to wash your hands. So you never want to touch your face when your hands are not clean. So wash your hands first, okay? And then with your hands still damp, like don't dry them.
I mean, this is better. Like if I'm, you know, in the middle, like just dabbing.
Okay. Yeah, that's much better. But as for the cleanser, you want to wash your hands, keep them damp. And then, so you want to apply your cleanser to your fingertips. So it's about the size of like a nickel would be perfect for your cleanser. So you're going to put that on the pads of your fingers like that and go like this. And so if you're in the shower, it's easier to do, but like, so what you're going to do is go.
Well, wouldn't I just use, I would just use my TESS, right?
So this is like, this is when you're not using your TESS. So you don't want to use your TESS for your
you said 5 days a week, right? For me.
Right. Yeah. And then you want to use, so like you won't be using it on the times when you're using like the Salicylic Cleanser. Okay. So that'll just be 2 times a week. And then what you want to do, so you can Actually, I would like you to start with the back of your neck first. So we're going to do a little bit of like gua sha, and I'll also show you how you can do this with TESS. So for your cleanser, before you do that, I want you to go down on the back of your neck. So you're going to go down on the back of your neck with like a karate chop. So kind of like go on the back of your neck with a karate chop. And then same thing right here. You're going to come down on the sides, and you're going to do kind of like 5 each, right? Okay. Here, you're going to kind of like use your palms and kind of go up 5 times. And then you can get your cleanser going. And then you want to take like your hands like this, and you're gonna go like this on your jaw. So after you've spread your cleanser on, you want to go like this on your jaw 5 times. With the mouth, you can like do like this movement. You want to come up, and this is all lymphatic drainage. So that's it's great for anti-aging and draining like the lymph node system, which will keep you healthier and glowier. So again, so like this on your mouth, and then you can take like your palms and kind of like massage them like that. And then like around your eyes, you can go like up around your eyebrow bone like this. Okay. And then with your forehead, you can either do like little circles like this, or take your flats of your hand and kind of move it like this, whatever feels better for you. And then you're going to just rinse it off. Now with your TESS, so you can turn her on to the just the cleansing mode, so without the whipping, and just the cleansing mode, you're going to use the back. And you're going to kind of do the same thing. So you can go down on the back of your neck 5 times, and then you can go down here 5 times, down here 5 times, and then up 5 times. And then you kind of hold your face like this, like hold your skin, and then move TESS like that. So while the vibrations are still on. And what you're doing is like a movement of gua sha. Kind of take that, move it. You'll feel like it up against your cheekbone. A lot of people have tension there. So you might feel it like right there. Hold your skin here, pull. And then when you get here, like you'll feel like that tension. Like a lot of people have a lot of tension in here. You can actually kind of vibrate TESS like against that area. And it helps to like loosen the tension in the jaw area. Again, right here, hold TESS, hold your nose like right here, and then use TESS and kind of glide up. You're not using too much pressure. Kind of like if you're trying to like hold a potato while you're cutting it. So not like too much pressure, and you're just gonna kind of like glide, okay? Okay. And you can take her and put it like right here and hold it up against it, like kind of pull. Let me see if I can do this. Push it down and then rock it and up. Push it down, rock it up, push it down, rock it up. What's that? Okay. Yeah, this is just, what is this, tightening the skin or? So, yeah, so gua sha is a form of like loosening the facial muscles, because like, especially because you are in front of a computer all the time, I guarantee you have this weird resting face that you don't even notice you have. So like people, you know what I mean? Like you walk in on your parents and they're like this at their phone, or like people will just like chew their lips as they're like, so what you're doing is you're just kind of loosening that damage that you have done, basically. Okay. So when you're using a TESS, know that you're doing a deeper cleansing, okay? And if you're not going to do a deeper cleansing, which like you don't have to use a deep cleansing in the morning, and you don't have to do it for your first cleanse at night, definitely for your second cleanse at night, except for when you're using salicylic. But when you're not using that, I highly suggest using TESS to just do that gua sha movement. It's so nice, so lovely, and you're not doing anything like aggressive deep cleaning to your skin at all. So you're literally just using her to look more youthful, relaxing those facial muscles. The gua sha actually helps sculpt. So like you'll see like your jaw will be like more sculpted instead of having that like excess fat right there. So what a lot of that is actually not fat. What it is like an accumulation of fluids that need to go into our lymphatic system. So by using TESS to like move all of that, it's just chef's kiss. It's amazing. Cool. And yeah, thank you for letting me record this as well. So because I'm not gonna remember that. So I'm gonna watch the recording again. Definitely. I can I can see the movement, because there's no way I would have remembered that. Yeah, totally. So I definitely will send you the email that will give you the comprehensive breakdown of everything we talked about. But definitely, I love when my clients record. It's like the best, and it helps you to be like, wait, what did she say? How do I do that? And
Yeah. It's almost, I think it's better than doing it in person because then I forget because it's like,
yeah. And there's a lot of things that like my clients, when I do the consultations, that it's kind of hard to say to a person in person. And so it's easier to be like, no, I don't use sunscreen, when you don't have to look someone like dead in the eye, you know?
It's
So
funny.
it's easier to like tell me through a screen that you don't use sunscreen. You don't feel judgment. And then do you have any other questions for me as far as like your skincare routine, or how to apply anything, or anything that you're thinking about incorporating, or that like your friends use and you have questions about it, or anything like that?
I mean, I think that like what we went over is like a really great start. I mean, all the things you were talking about, like the fact that, you know, my cleanser has cancer causing chemicals in it, and that my moisturizer that I'm using has like petroleum basically in it.
Yeah.
And then along with the serums and the vitamin C, that was very well explained. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't really have any questions. I think you really did a good job. And so, I mean, yeah, as soon as you you send that email over, I'll definitely get all the products you recommended, and then
Cool.
yeah, I'll go ahead and book another like 15-minute meeting with you so we can do a checkup.
Perfect.
And I'm excited to see how my skin's looking after a month.
Yeah, that's awesome. I also wanted to let you know about a couple of the things that TESS offers, and I offer through TESS. So if you go to TESS Beauty Tech on Instagram, I will post like a little like daily tip or reminder or something like that on the story. On the posts, you will see a bunch of, things that you didn't know about like skincare and things like that, where I go a little more into detail. We also do a fun little segment called Will It Whip or Will It Foam? And we
I saw that.
Oh, you did? Oh, awesome. Yeah. So we actually like will put it into TESS like a cleanser, and then see if it whips or foams. And then we go into like I go into more of an in-depth review on our YouTube channel as well. So like you can always like check it out there to see like different cleansers or anything like that. And then if you ever have any questions for me, you can always book like a little 15-minute check-in if you wanted to ask me any questions. Like, you never know when there's going to be like a new fad coming out and people are like, what about this? And I'm like, please don't buy a device that sucks your skin into it. It does not get your blackheads. So if you have any questions about anything like that, or like any fads or anything like that, you can always book a consultation with me, and I would love to debunk them with you. Cool. Or help you like create any sort of custom skincare routine, or if you like want to know about any sort of device or anything like that, I'm here for you. You now have a professional that's here to answer your questions. You no longer have to do this alone. And then are there any other things that you wanted to go over today?
No, I appreciate the time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how my skin looks in about a month with all these new recommendations. So I appreciate the rundown. I appreciate the new routine, and I'm excited to look great. to stay looking great with my preventative anti-aging
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with little tweaks, little improvements, you know. So it looks like we went over a ton today. I'm going to take the remainder of our time together to compose an email for you with my recommendations and everything. And I look forward to meeting with you in about 5 weeks. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'll go ahead and book the meeting after we get off this call.
That's perfect. Okay. Thank you, Rob.
All right. Thanks so much, Reese. Have a great day.
You're so welcome. You too. Bye.
All right. Take care.